I am an entrepreneur. And what that means is that in first grade, I went to my mom and I convinced her to buy the big box of 100 number 2 pencils, which I took back into my class and sold to my classmates at 100% profit margin. And it means that as a freshman in high school, I spent a lot more time climbing over the chain link fence that separates El Dorado from the strip mall than I did in class. And where I landed was in the back of Sun Sports, which is this wonderful little sports store that was run by Tico Navarro. And Tico probably should have sent me back to class, but instead he took me under his wing and he encouraged me to start my first business, which was Sun Sports Racing Systems. And we put on road races. We started the Duke City Marathon and we organized it, and I wrote the software for my little Apple IIe and had the extra cards you had to put in to get a clock and the joystick so we could time the runners as they ran by. And it means that in college as a freshman at UNM, I'm sitting there in my computer science class where they are still teaching COBOL, and very quickly created my own full-time job with my first software company. And even though I'm in Albuquerque, which is where the personal computer industry was created, there really wasn't any help to build a software company, which was okay because I was 19, I already knew it all. But it took me 10 years to figure out how to run a business with the help of my ex-wife. And after that, we started doubling the business every year. Got on the Inc. 500 for 3 years in a row. Had a great exit. There's a building in the Jefferson corridor that has the Thomson Reuters logo on it because of that company. And so I grew up in Albuquerque, where you're not exactly encouraged at that time to go out and build things. But I was lucky because I had parents and I had mentors that encouraged me to be what I was born to be. And so I love startups, I love helping entrepreneurs, but it's not an unusual pushback for someone to come and say, Albuquerque cannot be Silicon Valley. Which, thank God, I mean, if I wanted to be in Silicon Valley, I would move there. And I actually really like the Bay Area, but one of the most wonderful things about it is that I get to come home and live in this really amazing, wonderful place. So, Silicon Valley is the New York Yankees of startups. They've got all the name talent. They have got all the money. They hit all the home runs. But entrepreneurs see opportunity. And just like Billy Beane saw the ability to create a competitive team at a quarter the price and made the Oakland A's competitive with the Yankees by going out and finding overlooked players and ideas. We're doing that same exact thing in Albuquerque right now. We're getting more players who are already in our community, and we're putting them on more teams so that we can play in more games, so we can get more at-bats, we can get more hits, we can get more home runs. And the thing is this isn't actually baseball. There is not only one World Series. All those home runs in the Silicon Valley do not prevent us from hitting our own home runs. And the world is vastly different today. It no longer takes 10 years and $10 million in order to get that shot at bat. You can do the same thing for 100 grand, which means that we can all get up and get at bat. So I no longer feel like it's an admission to say I'm an entrepreneur. I mean, look at this room. We are all entrepreneurs. Thank you.